Hello everyone, welcome back to another Sims 4 video. Wow, we're doing a Sims 4 video. It's been a while. Yeah, we're gonna do a build today, and it's gonna be a speed build, and I'm trying out a new method to record this. I hope this is gonna work. I really don't know how the Simsy does this, because am I making myself more effort by recording this video separately from the build? Actually, I was planning to do the alphabet challenge D, but I realized I didn't have that recorded yet, and I recorded this, so I was like, okay, let me put something special first, because I had a lot of fun doing this, and this is very recent. So I don't know if you guys know this lot, because somehow this gets overlooked quite a bit, but it's the rooftop lounge that came with City Living. And I never really built a lounge slash bar like this before. And for some reason, one day I was just like, yeah, let's do this, because I haven't really done anything like this before. Why not, right? I guess let's get right into it. So here you pretty much see me do the outside of the building. I wanted to go for something like kind of modern, but also kind of matching the vibe of the other houses, like penthouses, high rises that are in this neighborhood. And this is, I think, in the Glamour district. So I wanted this place to feel kind of chic, expensive, modern, rich, but also a little executive, if that makes sense. So that's kind of the vibe that I tried to go for. And I don't know how this is going to work, because I literally started recording before even starting, so I don't know how this is gonna work with the cutting and stuff. But here you see me inside of the place, and I wanted to have this elevator like kind of in the middle of the room, and it will also have a second floor, so there's gonna be a staircase in the middle. And then I built this room also in the middle, because obviously we need to have toilets somewhere, and I thought it would be kind of cool to have these kind of fake pillars kind of dividing the rooms a little. And then I used real pillars and put those on the edges of those fake pillars to give it a little bit more depth. And I think it looked really, really, really cool. And I mean, this is using a lot of packs and a lot of weird packs also. But for the floor, I used the new like stone floor that we got with Home Chef Hustle. And then for the wallpaper, I kind of used this, I don't even know what this is called, but it is from a kit. It's from I don't know what the bedroom kit is called, but it's like this rich bedroom kit kind of thing. And then for these pillars, I used another different wall texture. I used the one from, I think first I thought I used the one from Fitness Stuff, but I think this is actually the one that came with the newest expansion pack. No, this is not the newest one, but I think this one came with Growing Together, but I'm not quite sure, but I think so. And then I put these cool little lights that I found as well. I think those are from Spa Day. I used quite a lot of things from Spa Day in this build, actually, because Spa Day has this like very modern, rich feeling to it. And then this is one of my most favorite things in this whole build, actually. I wanted to have like a big bar that is kind of like a U, like a very big U shaped bar that has a lot of space for people to sit around. So I kind of went ahead and did that there. And then I just went ahead and I went to the bathroom, and I put and I put two counters in there, and just so I know where everything goes. And then I placed these lights down. For most things, I used like these really big hanging lamps that came from Dine Out. Like those, they're not chandeliers, but it's like a very big lamp. It looks really nice. It's almost like a chandelier. And then this new one, I think that one also came with Growing Together, that I put in front of the elevator. It's also really, really, really nice. And then just these smaller ones that either also came with Growing Together. I think so. I think they came with Growing Together as well. And then I just changed the swatches around a bit to make it match a bit more. Like give it a bit more of a goldy feel, bring the richness in a bit more. And yeah, so we have at the ground floor, we have a little bit of a bump out from the room there that leads to the rooftop, to the outside of the rooftop. And I really wanted to have that be kind of like a sitting area, but I wanted it to be not like chilly, like chilling chairs, but more like real seats, you know, like kind of almost like in a cafe. And I found this really cool table, and I don't even know since when we have this, but this is actually a base game table. And it is just so perfect because that's exactly what I was looking for. We barely have any of those tables. I think this is the only one we have, even like a small round table that looks like perfect for using in cafes and bars and stuff like this. I love it. I think I'm gonna use this a lot. And I think this is also a reason why I have not been building a lot of community lots, because I just always feel like it's so difficult with the furniture we have. Like, not a lot of the furniture is really fit for use for things like this, for cafes and lounges. I mean, obviously we have sofas and couches and stuff, so those obviously are good for lounges, but yeah, I just never really had the confidence to build one, or had a good idea to do that. But with this build, I was just like, yeah, I have an idea and I want to do this idea. So as you can see here, behind the elevator, we have like this kind of chill out area space. And what I actually did here was I used the sectional sofas from Dream Home Decorator, and instead of making a sectional out of it, I just used both of the end pieces to kind of create my own couch with it. And I thought that was such a good idea because I really wanted to have this color, but I couldn't really find it somehow else, or with the type of couch that I wanted to have. So doing that was kind of like a good workaround. And yeah, that whole thing creates like a really nice like little setback area where you can like go back and relax. But also, this is what I meant when I was talking about executive, kind of like you have like these little small areas where you can like get back to and have like a chat in a calm space, right, where not a lot is going on. And then here in the middle of the room, like when you get out of the elevator and like next to the staircase, I put some other seats as well, just because I thought the place looked a bit empty, and I felt like, yeah, I could just do a bit more there. And so I put some couches there. Those I think are they're base game couches. They kind of look a bit industrial. And then I also put this bookshelf in front of it so that it like cuts it off a bit, so you don't like instantly walk into the couch, but you have something that is kind of blocking the entrance, since there's a lot of people coming from there, right? And then I was thinking, am I gonna put another bookcase under the stairs, because there's like some empty space there, and I didn't want it to just be completely empty, and I also didn't feel like a plant is the best thing to fit there. So what I ended up with doing is I just put a desk there with this nice chair and the computer, because I thought maybe that could be kind of helpful as well when you're here and need your sim to maybe do something. Maybe one of your sims has like something important coming up and they just need to go to the PC. I don't know, right? And then I just went ahead and I felt like the place is a little bland, a little boring, so it needed a few flowers, and I was really not sure what flowers to put. I was very unsure about it, and then I found these in this metal box. I usually think that those are made for outside, but I used them inside here, and then I used these other plants from the Dine Out kit as well. And then I had those pretty much set out there. And then I checked into the lot requirements, because if you're doing a rooftop lounge or a lounge in general, there's some requirements that you need to do. And for example, you need a speaker, and you need a microphone as well for a lounge, and obviously you need some toilets and some seats. So I saw that we need a trash chute and everything, and I placed that down as well, and the toilets were missing, so I thought I'm gonna go ahead and put those down before I forget it. And so I went ahead and I did the bathroom. I just put like these basic toilets from Tiny Living that I really like. I think this is my favorite toilet in the whole game, because it just looks so normal and basic, and it just fits pretty much in every room. Yeah, they're not super extravagant or everything, and I like that. And like I said, we also need a speaker, so I kind of looked through all of the speakers, and I saw that we have so many different types of speakers. Actually, like you can find a speaker for every like type of music in the game, which is really cool. But I wanted something very chill, so I put that there. I actually didn't really try that out yet, but it should play some chill music. And then going back to this area in front of the bar where you can like kind of go outside where the seats are, I thought on that one side next to the pillar, maybe we can include like a little area for having a live performance. So what I did was I used this marble floor that I never get to use, and I always want to use it because I think this marble floor in white looks so good, but if you use it in a very big room, it just looks too crazy. So I was so glad that I got to use that, and I placed those in quarter tiles, making kind of like this triangular nook next to this pillar, where I perfectly was able to fit this microphone, and I put a violin behind that as well, which looked pretty cool in the end. And now we have like a little space there for having a live performance too, which is cool. And then also next to the bathroom, I placed like a little piano there. And then I just went ahead and I wanted to put a couple more flowers, but I didn't want to do too much. Like I didn't want it to feel like too overfilled with flowers. I wanted to keep it very down low, very DL. And yeah, so I was fiddling around a bit with the flowers, but until I figured out what I wanted, and I in this little chill area behind here, I just picked like very simple flowers in the end that don't do too much, but just gives it like a little bit more. Yeah, news update from me. My birthday is coming up this weekend. Woo! I'm gonna be 23. Oh my god. I'm getting old and I hate it. Like, for me, I'm even celebrating my birthday. I invited all of my friends and I'm gonna have a party, so that's gonna be fun, definitely. But I really don't like getting older. I'm done. I'm done. Just after this one, I'm definitely gonna skip all of my birthdays. Don't give me anything. Don't celebrate my birthday. Don't tell me I'm getting older. I'm gonna stay 23 for the rest of my life, okay? Because there's just no reason anymore for getting older, right? There's nothing to celebrate because you don't really get any more benefits. And yeah, I don't even know if I talked about this before in a video, but I feel like I did. If I did, and I told you this another time, I'm so sorry. So here I went outside to this area again, and I had this really cool idea to have the back like kind of closed, but have it not completely closed, but have like an open area. Just gives it a bit more dimension, and it just, I don't know, it feels kind of I don't even know how to explain, not funky, but it just feels kind of cool to have this. And then I placed these tables that I used inside, outside as well, and actually these come with a matching chair as well. Just, I thought that, I mean, I also think those chairs look really cool. Like, this is exactly what I was looking for, and I was so glad to see this in the game. But another thing, but I didn't think that these the colors were really good for that. So I for inside at least, so I decided to not use them inside and only use them outside. Yeah, but then I didn't really want to fiddle around with the outside too much more because I didn't have a good idea for that yet. So instead I went back upstairs. Like, in my mind I had an idea what I wanted to do outside, but I was not quite sure because I was not sure how to do it, and how it ended up. I also am not quite sure if I really liked the way that it turned out. But I tried my best with it, and yeah, like I had this idea of having like a walk-through garden. That didn't really happen in the end. Maybe I'm gonna go ahead and do that some other time when I have a good idea for this. But yeah, you're gonna see how this turns out in the next video. Speaking of which, yes, I needed to split this video into 2 parts again. I am so sorry, but it was too long. This was even sped up to ×3, and some parts of it even being ×5. This ended up being like 2 hours long, and it was just way too much. So I decided to split it up into 2 parts, and you'll see the outside in the second part. So what we did is we went upstairs, right? And I put these pillars again that I did downstairs too. And I wanted to have this karaoke thing upstairs because this is city living and I never really used this before. It's not a karaoke bar, but it's a lounge. And I thought it just makes sense to have an area like that upstairs. Or I wanted to have an area like that upstairs. And so I kind of did the same thing that I did with the elevator. I had like this wall in the middle of the room, basically, that splits it off with the other part, or splits it up into 2 parts, better said. And then I had this karaoke TV thing in the middle of the room, and I had could place some seats around it, and I really liked that. I loved that so much. That I thought that was so clever and so cool. And then I just copied the idea with the marble from downstairs and did that upstairs as well. And I love how this area turned out. It's so cool. I was so proud of myself for that. Like, genius. And then because I was not quite sure what to do with this other area next to the stairs, and I also wanted to have a bathroom upstairs, I thought, okay, maybe I can just use this this area in the middle to put 2 more bathrooms in there, to just have more bathrooms in general, you know. I mean, those don't have like shared sinks to wash your hands with. Yeah, I had to do this to remind myself of what the word is called, okay. Oh, and I also, of course, I put some plants like next to the seats and stuff as well to make that look a bit nicer. And then I just used the same wallpaper for this big it's not square, rectangular room in the middle where the bathroom is in as well. And I also took those pillars that I used downstairs and I put them upstairs and used those on those edges as well. And I also used them around the staircase because I just thought it makes it look a bit more grand. I don't know. I feel like pillars make places look more rich. That is, I don't know if that's just me or if that's a general opinion, but it just feels like pillars make the things a lot more feel more rich. I don't know why. And then I generally went through the whole catalog, kind of looking for things that came with city living that maybe I could use, because to be honest, I don't use a lot of city living things that often anymore, just because the pack, the pack is still so good. Like, this is one of the best packs, literally. And it has not gotten worse since, because like this whole big town apartments kind of rooftop things is really, really cool, and we don't have this in any other pack. Except for now we can make our own apartments, but you know what I mean? Like high rises and stuff. So naturally I wanted to try and fit a few more of those items in here as well, also because I thought they probably would match quite well with the theme, because it's a rooftop lounge, and that's kind of where the slot type came from and what this pack is meant for it. So yeah, I was looking for a couple things. I found these metal bars that these 3 metal bars that are kind of like there, and I really wanted to use those because those are also like one of my most favorite things to do, because I feel like they're just so cool somehow. Like they make for some really good something. You will see how I use them later. I didn't use them inside, actually. I wanted to use them inside, but I didn't. I used them in a different way. And I was also looking for some paintings, and I think looking for paintings was like almost the thing that took me most of my time because it was just so weird to try and find a picture that fits properly there, and I just wanted to have a picture like above the staircase because I felt like it made sense to have a staircase there, no, to have a painting there. And yeah, I just couldn't find anything that fit properly. And then I also put these little round lamps from the dine out pack there, and put a couple more seating options there, and some bookcases as well, to have this like little extra area there just to sit and relax. And then we came to this pretty much the last area from the inside that we have here in the back, and it was such a nice rectangular space somehow, and I thought, I need to do something really cool with this, but I was not sure how to do it, and I was thinking about it for so long. Like, I took breaks in between and I thought about it, and I was like, yeah, how can I utilize this space in the best way? And I was thinking, should I have another bar up here? Actually, maybe yeah, I should, because we have the karaoke thing going on here, so maybe having a bar would be kind of cool. Now in hindsight, when I think about it, I maybe I should have like rotated the bar so that it kind of faces the door as well. Maybe that would have made more sense and would have also given a bit more space, but instead I made it kind of face the karaoke. So I was like, but I don't know, in that moment it just felt kind of right to me. And then behind that bar, in my head, or actually when I did some research before and I looked through Pinterest and I saw these, like a lot of lounge places have these like sectional couches, like you can kind of see here now that I'm building them there. And I wanted to kind of copy that, and I wanted to have that too, because I thought that was such a cool idea, and we didn't really have a lot of spaces so far to have like a lot of people, which I realized after. And so I used the sectional sofa from Dream Home Decorator again to do that. And first I was thinking, should I make it blue, because like literally blue is the theme that we're going for, but I didn't really like the color of the swatch. Now that I look at it, I feel like maybe I should have used the other sectional sofa from that pack, because it looked a little cooler. Like the edge piece looked a little cooler, a bit more rectangular. This one is kind of rounded off, and I don't know if that fits the vibe too well. But I ended up with those, and it's okay. They're fine. They're good. And I was thinking of how I could do this bar in the middle, because the downstairs area doesn't really have like they call it a juice rack in the back, because I just felt like it is, we have like this big U-shaped area with like all of those bar things around it. You can probably store all of the stuff like down, like under it, so you don't really need a rack behind it. Actually, the rack would have fit so perfectly there on the wall. Maybe I should go back and change it. Maybe I'm gonna go back and change it later. But yeah, I went with another wall in the middle of the room, kind of splitting it up a bit again for having having a rack on the wall to be, yeah, to just make it seem a bit more like there's actually stuff that the bartender can give out. And I kind of wanted to also have a window there, or like at least something that you can look through, that you can also look to the karaoke from behind. I mean, in The Sims, I don't think it really matters that much. And I mean, yes, they can watch you sing, but probably from that far, probably you would not do that. But I felt like, yeah, maybe those people that are sitting there in the back, they also want to see what's going on. And so I wanted to have like this. Anyways, I wanted to have like a like a window to look through, but I didn't want it to have glass. I just wanted it to be like a hole almost that you can look through. But we don't really have a lot of things like that in The Sims. The only thing that matched quite well, I guess, was this little window from Island Living. But it looks a little bit weird because it has like these shutter things as well. So uh, I don't know. I don't know if that was the best option, but that's what I went with. And yeah, so we kind of have this area kind of split up. You have these lounge chairs in the back, and you have this little bar in the front, and then you have the karaoke area. I kind of thought it would be cool to split that up somehow. Wow, there's a lot of children outside making a bunch of ruckus. Anyways, coming back to this, then I also put some bar stools on that bar up there. Decided to not make them blue but make them black instead, because the color kind of it kind of, how do you say that? It was kind of fighting with the other color of the other chairs as well. And I did not really like that much. And then also of those sectional couches, the blue also didn't really match with it, and I hated that. I wish there was a matching one to these ones that I used. Oh, also those couch, no, they're not couches, those what are they called? The seats that I used, the comfortable looking ones, those are also from the kit. And I love those. They look so good. They look so great. I really love them. But yeah, then I changed the color of the sectionals to white first. Didn't really like the white, so I turned them black instead. Or like this dark gray, because I thought it's just basic, like a basic color that pretty much works almost everywhere. And it worked, I guess. And then I just reused the table from City Living that I used downstairs, this coffee table, and then the smaller one from, I think that is from the high school years pack, if I'm not wrong. I used that too because it's round. Like, I like rounded tables. We don't have a lot of rounded tables, or at least small rounded tables. We have a couple big ones, but the big round tables, they look kind of meh. So yeah, not the biggest fan of those, but I'm glad for this one, so I used this one. And then I went outside, and like I promised before, those metal bars, I used them here. And at first I didn't really plan to have a roof here even, but when I put those metal bars down and I put a seating area there as well, like I just copied this sectional idea, but made it a bit bigger so that there's more space. I felt like, okay, maybe it would be a good idea to have a little roof at least. And so I ended up making the roof about the same size as the downside area. The downside area is kind of split up, right? It has like this one where you walk out and it's open to the side, and then a bit further behind it is like, it has a back, and this is like the area where it's open pretty much, as you can see maybe in some glimpses. And then I used these hedges from also a very old pack, actually, from the cool patio stuff. Was that the first stuff pack that ever came out? I think so. I remember being really excited when that came out, and I think that was also the first stuff pack that I had, just because it came with jacuzzis, and we love jacuzzis. What can I say? That was a big selling point for me. And it also had like these rattan furniture that I also kind of liked, but I barely use in any build, because those are like backyard furniture for me. And then what I did was I just copied these tables that I used inside and outside before, put them there, and put those chairs that those chairs actually are also base game. They're the matching chair for this table, if I didn't mention this before, but I think this is really cool. I don't know when this was added, but I like it a lot. Another thing I did was I put these little fairy light things. I think they're also from City Living. I tried to make them black, but this thing really doesn't have any good swatches. They look really, really bad, to be fair. So I just had to go with the boring white one, and then I just put a speaker outside that looked like it made sense for it to be outside. I think that one is from university, and yeah, here you can kind of see me go through the whole place again and look at it to see if there's anything that I missed or wanted to add. But I think I was pretty much happy with how it turned out so far. Now the last problem was just to tackle the outside, and I really had no idea what to do. I know I wanted to have a walkthrough garden, I wanted to have a pool, but I had no idea how to do it. Like literally no clue. Oh yeah, I went back inside and I put another big couch in front of the karaoke area, just because I thought, okay, if you come here to karaoke, you probably want to have like a little bit of seating space in front of the karaoke thing for your friends or the people who are with you to watch, you know? Like, I don't know, I felt like there was a little bit of seating missing, so I did that there too. And yeah, then the last thing I did, I guess, was I struggled to find another picture that needed to go over this bar area. And yeah, that is pretty much it, I guess. That's it for the first part of this rooftop bar building, and not bar, rooftop lounge. Let's mix those up, because like in my head it feels like it's the same thing. Like a lounge is just like a bar, but it's like more chill and relaxed, and you drink like these very expensive cocktails, whereas in a bar you just go to party and kind of like get drunk. But yeah, this is it for the first part. This was the whole interior and a little bit of the outside as well. And in the next part we're gonna go ahead and build the outside area, which please don't ask me how that took me half an hour to do, but it also came up to half an hour. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, I would be super happy if you could leave me a like and a sub. That would mean a lot to me, and it shows me that you enjoy my content. And let me know if you want to see more of these videos in the future. Yeah, as for now, I will see you guys in part 2, and as always, stay kind, stay balanced, and keep gaming, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye everyone.